Hey, good morning. Yes, it is. It is Sunday, February 2nd. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, yesterday I had the chance to sit down with my granddaughter. Just her and I for the day, and let me hold tight. Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, if you didn't already know it. And yes, this is Sunday. This is the weekend, February 2nd. So what am I talking about today? I'm talking about spending quality time with your loved ones. And I'm not saying just in the same room or a general conversation. I'm talking actually one-on-one. Because I hardly ever get that, to be honest with you. Because when my daughter shows up with the kids, I got a small house full. So to concentrate on just one is very hard. But yesterday was one of those rare moments that you can't put a price on it. And that was my granddaughter. And she showed up because she's working like a fiend. She's got her own apartment with a couple other couples. They've got half a house or something like that. And she works in a nursing home, med certified. But she wanted to come check on me. And she drove a little over 2 hours to do that. And I'll tell you, I really haven't had a lot of one-on-one with her because usually the other grandkids are here. So I found out so many amazing things about her. I just sat there and listened. And you'd be surprised of a conversation of where you're just listening. And I tell you right now, I have never been as proud as I am with her and how amazing she turned out. And the things in life she likes and dislikes. That's a rare moment for me because it could have been a whole different equation, right? But even when everybody was telling her I was doing fine, she didn't trust that. She needed to come check it out for herself. And, I laughed because she brought in groceries. She brought in Ensure so I get my vitamins. She brought in chocolate chip cookies and squeaky toys for the dogs because they each get a cookie before they go to bed at night. But I'll be honest with you, they were the soft, chewy ones from Walmart, and they were to die for last night. So I had two, which is really rare for me when it comes to sweets. But the biggie was I have problems with doing certain things, and usually it's simple tasks. And I'm being told it might come back, might not come back. And I just kind of come to the realization that if it don't come back, I'm still good. But she bought me a meta set that actually you can do it for the month. And it's all in one case. All the days are lettered. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the day of the month. And she's certified where she works. So handling meds on a daily basis, she does that for a lot of the clients at the nursing home. So we sat there, the two of us, having a great time while she was filling my medicine. And I'm like, I don't know if I have enough meds to get me 30 days out. She's like, don't worry, Papa. We'll see where it ends up. But she was able to fill that medicine for the whole 28 days of February. That in itself, for me, for most people, you say, okay. But for me, it's the whole month of February where I haven't got to worry about, am I taking the right meds? And who can I ask for next week to do my meds? She did it for the month. She said, I'll come down every month, Papa, and do it for you if need be. Like I say, she's turned out to be an amazing young lady. She has a great work ethic. She has a great outgoing personality. She's older than her years. She enjoys crocheting and knitting because while she's been working at the nursing home, a number of ladies sit there and crochet or knit. So she sits on the bed and watches them, and they started teaching her how to do it. And she was telling me she's even got blankets that she's made. And she's 18. Unreal. But you need to spend quality time, not as a group. A group is a social event. But if you really want to get a chance to spend time with someone, that's where you're going to get the most benefit. So doing those one-on-ones, especially with your kids, grandkids. A lot of times your better half, if you have kids in the house, it's hard. Or if you're both very busy, you don't get to have that conversation with her or with him. I feel blessed because the little things are important to me now, where before I just thought I had a lot of time to do it. And one of the biggest things that I walk away with from this is they grow up fast. Your kids and your grandkids. And while most 18-year-olds don't want to find a job or sitting there playing gaming in the rooms and not wanting to leave home, this kid at one point was working at the nursing home, waitressing the steakhouse, and going to college part-time. Yeah. That's the difference that I see that we instilled in our daughter, and that she has instilled in her daughter, is a strong work ethics. If you want something out of life, you just can't sit there and wait for it to come to you. You have to go after it. And I talked with her because she would love to become a registered nurse. And she said the programs are filled up by the time she can get her name on it. And she'd have to do it part-time, nights and weekends, because she would need the money to cover the college tuition. Now, when I went back to college, and that's what I explained to her. I went back to college when I was in my late 30s. And I got my associates in computer science. And then I got my bachelor's in IT with honors. Both. I was with a high honor society and all the other, because I was mature and I knew I wanted to do this. Where back when I was 19 out of high school, I went to college. And I only ended up finishing a year because I wasn't mature enough. I wasn't ready for school. And that's what I explained to her. She can go back anytime she wants. All the colleges she has up to this point, all the credits, are still good credits that will go against the nursing program. And I know she will do well at it. And she'd make an awesome registered nurse. See, that's what my wife is an RN. She's still a licensed registered nurse. And I'll tell you, the hospitals up here are crazy with sign-on bonuses and everything else because they can't keep RNs because it's just they work them 12-hour shifts and they end up working like 6, 7 days a week and they burn them out. And then they wonder why they go to home health care, the nurses do, where they're one-on-one with 8 to 10 patients, clients, what have you. And they even have a group of nurses up here. It's called the visiting nurses. And that's what they do. Once you're released from the hospital, if they see that you need that, where somebody needs to come in and check on you once a week or twice a week, the visiting nurses are usually the ones that do it. They're all RNs, and they started it themselves. But what I'm getting at for this video is if you really love someone and you're really interested in them, get some one-on-one time alone. My granddaughter has grown up so fast that, I kept asking her question after question. What do you like to do? What do you do when you get home from work? What are your likes? What are your dislikes? Because every time she's been here before, she kind of gets drowned out by the other grandkids and her mom, because it's hard to hold a personal conversation with just one, right? And you don't get to see how amazing they are. And I was texting my daughter of how amazing. She goes, I know, Dad. I know, Dad. Because she does take time with her. And she sees her at her worst and at her best on a regular occasion. They've got a special relationship. One being mom and the other someone to talk to and ask for experience on what to do. I felt like yesterday was one of those days where I just learned so much about her, of what her likes and dislikes are, and what her plans are. And I couldn't help, because she brought in, I told you, groceries and stuff like that. She would not take a dime. I finally got her to take $50 to put gas in her car and pick up Burger King, because that's her weakness, is Burger King and Dunkin' Donuts. She said she's only 2 minutes from Dunkin' Donuts, so that's how she starts her day. But as my daughter and I were talking, she is so much like me. She's good at giving, but she's not too good at receiving. And I was going to give her a couple $100 for the stuff that she brought in. And I was going to force the issue of, no, you're not. I'm going to pay you for bringing this stuff in. But I didn't want to take away from the fact that she's working and she can do this and she wants to do this. And I didn't want to take away her feeling of taking care of Papa. The money wasn't the issue of why I didn't. It's because I didn't want her feeling any less than. I will make that money back up to her. You watch. But not yesterday. Yesterday was her day to come and be helpful and to check on me. But I'm enjoying the little things. The little things are learning about somebody else. It's like the first week out of the hospital, my daughter would take nothing less than to have me go home with her where she could take care of me and keep tabs on me. That way she didn't worry. But the other thing that it did for me, it gave me almost 5 days of time spent with my other granddaughter that's a little monster, you know. And her and I were buddy pals. She got to know Papa, you know, because everybody's so busy that the kids grow up so fast. And the thing is, they're not that far away. They're only a couple hour drive. And once I get my driving privileges back, I'm going to visit them more often. Go out for a day or two just to hang out, you know. Enjoy quality time with them. This video is for you guys that are like what I was like, that I didn't get that wake-up call, that I thought I had plenty of time. And even without having that wake-up call, time gets by us. And next thing you know, our kids and our grandkids are growing up and working, and now they don't have time because they're busy working and doing their own thing. So to get that rare chance to sit down and really get to know the person that is sitting in front of you, of how well they turned out, or their likes and dislikes, their personality. I thought there was no way I could love my granddaughter any more than what I already did. But I can, and I did. And I am very proud of her. Like I say, she's an awesome young lady. So for you guys out there that are listening, if you got kids, grandkids, your better half, take quality time of just sitting down and talking with each other without having others around for constant interruption. Get to know what their likes and dislikes, how their day went. What can I do for you? And allow them to do stuff for you to make them feel good too. And I feel good when I'm helping people. There's never anything there to get any return other than to enrich the friendship or enrich the relationship that I have. If I do something for somebody, it's because I want to do it. And there's no ulterior motives. So many people out there, they've always got a motive of why they want to do certain things. I'm talking about the conversations and the relationships you develop where there's nothing, you're looking for nothing in return other than to get to know that person. And tell that person how awesome they are and how proud you are of them. So on that note, you guys have a great Sunday. Just give it some thought. I know some of my conversations are deep, but so am I. All right, guys.